An Obama-appointed judge in Oakland, California just struck down the Biden administration's stringent rules on asylum seekers. Let me explain. Former President Donald Trump, in the wake of COVID-19, set up a rule called Title 42, which allowed for the suspension of asylum laws for health reasons. The law basically said, look, there's a global pandemic going on, so we have to protect ourselves. Therefore, no new immigrants. And it worked. Under President Trump, illegal immigration / asylum seeking plummeted. But the contingency on this rule was that it would only last until the COVID crisis was over. Well, now it's over. Expecting a huge surge of asylum seekers, 2/3 of whom are ordered to leave the U.S. after courts determine their asylum claims invalid, the Biden administration put some rules into place to govern the southern border. It basically says anyone who enters the U.S. must do 3 things before seeking asylum in the U.S. First, they must enter at a port of entry. They cannot enter between ports of entry or they will be treated harshly and have a tougher time seeking asylum. So they must cross and register at a designated port of entry and not in the middle of the desert or over a river, but at a government office. Second, they must apply for asylum in every country they pass through before arriving in the U.S., meaning that if an immigrant comes from the southern border through Venezuela, they must apply for asylum in Colombia, Panama, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, Guatemala, and Mexico before they apply in the U.S. Yikes! Finally, they must apply for an appointment with the immigration office and have been approved for an appointment while in Mexico through the CBP One app. These restrictions worked, and the number of asylum seekers in the U.S. plummeted. Of course, by plummeted, a term used by many publications, is a relative term. Even with the plummeted label, approximately 100,000 non-citizens cross into the United States without authorization every month.
Tonight, along a roadway in southern Mexico, a seemingly endless stream of people making their way on foot towards the United States.
But John Tagar, an Obama administration-appointed judge, struck down these rules, calling them substantively and procedurally invalid because some countries where new migrants are required to seek asylum do not have asylum laws that currently exist. However, he stayed his ruling, pausing its enforcement for 14 days to allow the Biden administration to appeal. The Biden administration fears that if these rules are struck down, the U.S. will see a migrant surge, which may put Joe Biden's 2024 election into some jeopardy.
Border Patrol officials say Friday it was nearly 90 people, more than 100 yesterday morning and about 400 detained last night. This morning, there were another 200 migrants.
Immigration is a big issue. It's an issue in Texas, it's an issue in New York, and it's an issue in Florida. 3 states that have large populations and large impacts on both the national conversation and on the electoral vote count. It looks like Joe Biden may need help dealing with this, and he may have to count on it from the most unlikely of places, the very conservative Supreme Court. Rules and laws that restricted immigration under the Trump administration face the same challenges in the lower federal courts, but what allowed Donald Trump to continue his migrant-restricting policies was the Supreme Court. They routinely overruled lower courts and allowed the restrictions on illegal immigration / asylum seeking to continue. The real question is, will the Supreme Court now allow Joe Biden to do the same? Joe Biden has railed against the Supreme Court on a number of occasions, and on a number of occasions calling the Supreme Court not normal.
The Congressional Black Caucus said the Supreme Court has thrown into question its own legitimacy. Is this a rogue court?
This is not a normal court.
The real question is, will this not normal court continue in its abnormality by helping him possibly win 2024 by letting him uphold rules that keep migrants out? Signing off. Peace. Hey, if you like this video, please smash that like button and hit subscribe. We would love to see you again. So take it easy. Peace.